Welcome, welcome, welcome to Garnet Queen Tarot, where we are inspired to rise, Cancers. How are you guys doing? What's been going on for you? How are you enjoying the fall thus far? Let's see. Now, before we get started, you guys always got tension. Always something stressing you out, but you stay calm. Just stay in your mode. You stay quiet, just to yourself. Let's practice our breathing. Inhale, exhale twice, okay? Relax. Inhale. Exhale. Do it at your own pace. Inhale. Exhale and shake it off. Yes. Felt a little tension in those shoulders. Relax. We gotta get through the day. Gotta make sure we're following through on what promises we make to ourselves. And just keep working towards our goals. I feel you in silent mode right now. What's going on? What are you not discussing? Let's see what's happening here. Ooh. That energy is starting to break through. You feel it? Some things that you're definitely interested in doing. That vibe is you're focused on something. Something transpired that threw you off your game a little bit. So you're getting back into that mode again. You're finding your peaceful pivotal point. You are very focused on achieving a goal, and you're just cutting off everybody and everything. That's a big deal. Ooh, synchronicity. Who is definitely aligning with you? The more you focus, the more is revealed to you. So everything is coming together. You're like in a calming whirlwind spirit where you are in control. You're learning through the process. You're feeling good. It's like such a positive vibe right now from you. You are feeling good because you're not focused on anybody. You're focused on a goal. You're wanting to achieve this in your life. And you just feel that everything outside of that realm, your realm, is chaos, disruption, distractions. And you feel it's best to just keep yourself at a point where you don't allow anyone or anything to come into this place where you're growing right now. And you realize that anytime you allow someone to come in, they somehow cause some havoc. They upset you. And you don't want that anymore. You just want time to yourself. You're like in a hermit mode type thing. Inner power. You're getting aligned with your inner power. And you realize that when you have too much disruption going on, you can't find that peace in that place. You can't find that peace in that place. That's a big deal to you. You're rationalizing. You're looking at things through a different lens. This is a power move for you because you have taken on so much that you have the final say in almost all that you've taken on. Because you're thinking things through a different way, a different lens, a different being. That feeling is of ease. Don't you feel it? It's like a feeling of satisfaction, contentment. You're feeling like you have a handle on things. And you see how your light is breaking through? Wow. You're getting sufficient sleep and you're receiving messages. Messages. They say messages from heaven. It's like your ancestors are speaking to you and letting you know that the work that you are putting in and have put in already is already registered. Those seeds are already planted in your life, and they're going to come into fruition. Things may not move as quickly as you would like, but it's not about being swift. It's about being true. It's about being you. It's about getting a grasp, a hold of your life and enjoying each and every moment of it without that friction. It's like you don't hear the outside voices. You kind of numbed yourself to it because all it does is uproot the seeds you've already planted, and it's like you have to start all over again, and you're no longer doing that. You want the seeds that you have planted to grow and to come into fruition, and nobody or nothing is going to stop that. You are determined to accomplish the goals that you have been aiming for all along, and you realize now that you hold that power. You hold that inner power to strengthen those roots and to allow the best you to come through. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Because you want what? You want balance in your life. This is so significant. It's such a big deal because you're starting to shine brightly. You've gone through those dark spurts already. You've accepted people with the crab in the bucket mentality, people that infringe on your path, people that don't mean you well. And you kept a lot to yourself. You do what you do more is pay attention to people's actions, waiting to strike back in your own way, because who they think you are, you're not. You're better than that, and you could play games too, just as good as the next person, but you don't feel you have to. You don't feel that you have to, because you're gaining that insight, that clarity, that being of who you are. You're not just existing, you're living. And you're weighing your pros and cons, whereas you were surprised a lot of times. I didn't expect this person to do this. I didn't expect this situation to turn out like this. So now you're a little bit more intentful, I should say, whereas you're looking at things on a bigger stage. You're looking at what you could achieve, what is far-fetched, and what experiences you've already had, and you're placing it into one big ball, and you're going to roll it to your benefit because everything is balled up into one. You've had that experience. You know how that person behaves. You know what you want. You know your intent. You know how to become more decisive and go after what you want. You put in yourself first now. And who's for you is for you, and who's not is not. But at least you're not going to take things at face value anymore. You're getting deeper into being the best you possible and adding the ingredients necessary for you to cook well, for you to taste well, for you to be well. Because you are making sure that there's balance. You know, you manifest on certain things. You place action behind your words to act on certain things. You look out for signs. You're more aligned. You're paying attention. Like they say, you're woke. And when you seek that balance, you don't put too much effort into one thing. You're making sure that time management is at the top of your mountain and top of your hill. You're listening to the ancestors. You're aiming higher. You're diving into your power, your inner power, what strengthens you, what makes you stronger. And as you go through this process, you're picking up information along the way because you're learning how to be better. Every day, we should be working to better ourselves and to improve. What we know, we know. What we don't know, we don't know. But we learn and we listen. We don't let things go in one ear and out the other. We come together to figure out ways to not merely exist, but to live with purpose, to listen to our intuition, to develop the skills necessary to improve on our weak areas, and learn from those experiences by putting them into action to make sure that it comes out in our favor. You're not a fly-by-night person. You're someone going through the process so you can elevate your standing. Not to be better than anybody else, but to be better than you were yesterday. And that's where you're learning. You're learning that I got to pick up these pieces and figure things out. I am not alone. I have that spiritual support. I have my ancestors from heaven that are helping me and directing me and leading me and guiding me. And that's why you're paying more attention, because you recognize that every experience has a learning experience, has a message inside of it. And it's up to you to pick out what that message is. You don't just exist, you live. You learn. Knowledge is the key to success. Learning, not being a know-it-all. And you like to experience things with your hands. You're good with your hands. You like to build up. And when people feel that you're too much, because sometimes you do get comfortable with certain people, not knowing that everybody doesn't have good intentions, you recognize why your mood changes so much, because you pick up different vibes. You're a crab. You pick up different vibes. You listen to things being said and you read into it to figure things out. Experience is a teacher. How you pull that message out makes you a leader. Listen, because every message that is there is meant for you to utilize and apply down the line. No matter what point, what phase, you have to learn through the process. Just like in the military, they send you to boot camp, right? They don't just stick you out there. They help you to build and understand, comprehend what's taking place, gain the clarity, learn the necessary steps that will take place in order for you to protect yourself and to elevate. That's why you have to be able to be alert through the process so you can pick up on the different vibrations. When your intuition is telling you something, don't just brush it off. Stop, look, and listen. Listen to what is being said. You know that game we used to play in school? I remember our instructor, our teacher, gives you a message in the beginning. So let's say it's 10 of you. They give you a message like, Sally has on 2 shoes with buckles, and she doesn't really like it, but she's wearing it. And as you go down the list and you transfer that message to the next person, the first couple people might get it right. But as you go down, the whole story changes. And by the 10th person, it's a completely different message. People smile, they joke, they laugh. But the message from the first person is not transferring through everybody. The 10th person will not have that message because it's changed along the way. And that's how you are right now. You getting the messages and you're deciphering them and trying to figure out which way to go, which steps to take. And through the process, you pick up, you drop off. You pick up, you drop off. And then everything transforms. So when the message comes at the end, it's not what you thought it was. It's not what was being passed all the way along. And sometimes you have to customize things to your own abilities. Sometimes things don't work out on that path. But even If you've deciphered the message and it's different, you still have to apply what you learned along the way. The tools change because people add different things. They subtract and they add. This is life. You learn through the process. Even if the message comes out different, you have to apply that message to you so that you could flourish. You have to work with what you have, not what you thought you were going to have. You have to work with what you have, because it's all a learning experience and everybody picks up a different message along the way. But the more you dive into your intuition, the more you will process the tools and the information necessary for you to gain the knowledge to elevate to the next level, the next chapter in your life. Stay focused. Don't be easily distracted by the noise along the way. You know what you're aiming for, you know what your goals are, and you're not alone. Stay inclined to elevate. Stay above your circumstances. Stay aligned. Stay in tune. Figure out your inner power. Dig it up and find resolve. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Garnet Queen Tarot here. We're detoxing right now. We're cleansing our spirit. We're cleansing our soul to get messages that are meant for us. It may not be what you want, but you take charge at the end of the rope and develop from that point on. Garnet Queen Tarot, thank you for sharing your message with us. Be inspired to rise, and remember never to give up. Just focus on learning. Take care. Talk soon.